Apa kabar? That is, how are you in Bahasa? My name is Valerie De Cruz. I'm director of the Greenfield Intercultural Center. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I hope you'll join us for many of our virtual programs. In the meantime, enjoy listening to staff and students talk about the many resources that the GIC has to offer. And one book that I'd like to introduce you to that I've been trying to read this summer is called The Parisian. It was the winner of the Plimpton Prize, and it's a social history, a lush historical epic of a key pivotal moment in Palestinian history. It's quite a tome, but if you have time, it's worth checking out.
Aho, Mado, Hatso. That's a Kiowa greeting for hello. Welcome. My name is Toyce Holmes. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm the Figley Program Coordinator at the Greenfield Intercultural Center, which we call the GIC. It's so glad that you got to join us today. I want to talk to you about the Figley Cafe. Figley Cafes happen every other Thursday beginning September 17th. Just like a cafe, there's always a special of the day. So specials of the day could be a person, it could be an organization, or it could be a theme that we all want to talk about that day. So I hope you'll join us for Figley Cafes. This is one of the books I read over the summer. It's called The Stories of Your Life by Teji Wang. I like sci-fi, and there's great short stories that you can read just in one setting. So I hope you'll check it out. Thanks.
Akwaba, my name is Cassandra Jobman. My pronouns are she, hers, and her. I'm originally from Omaha, Nebraska, and I am a senior majoring in criminology. One resource I'd like to share with you is Figley organizations on campus. These can be affinity groups that are specifically for Figley members in a lot of different pockets of the university, like iFigley for international students, Flight for Figley students in technology, in engineering, or Figley Q for Figley LGBTQ students. These are a great resource to get you plugged into your communities and find ways to grow stronger together in whatever field or group you identify with. And one book I kind of almost finished this summer was Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. And yeah, it's pretty dystopian, set in the 2020s, which is what we're now in. Pretty relevant for today. I'd recommend it. Yeah, have a great day.
Hi everyone, 大家好. I'm Teji, a junior in nursing, and I use the pronouns she, her, hers. My hometown is in Shanxi, China, and I lived most of my life in Kuwait, a petite Middle Eastern country. A resource I would like to share with you is Fruity, which is an inclusive, safe space dedicated towards re-exploring various aspects of one's identity. Our gatherings start with people sharing their perspectives on a broad icebreaker, such as when do you feel most at peace? And then the loosely structured format of Fruity enables organic conversations to occur afterwards. Our meetings are every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and everyone is welcome to join us. A book that I read this summer is named Room, and it centers around a woman who is kidnapped and her 5-year-old son, whose father is the kidnapper. So throughout the story, readers go on a journey along with the characters of how they try to escape and how they reintegrate into society with all their trauma. And I highly recommend it to anyone who enjoys a good read. Thank you.
Oi, gente, tudo bom? That's how you say, hey y'all, how's it going in Brazilian Portuguese? My name is Ariana Hill. Pronouns are she, her, and hers, and I'm the GIC's office coordinator. I started out as a student at FAM in 2016 and decided to take a leave of absence. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions on the leave of absence process or on finding work or housing in Philly. One resource I'd like to share with you is on grocery options in and around the University City area of West Philly. You can check out a compiled list of options on our Figley Guide. You'll find general store, international and dietary restriction options, year-round farmers markets, plus how to access these stores on Penn Transit and on public transportation. We also have tips and resources for how to apply for EBT food stamps in Pennsylvania. One book I read this summer is from the Wings of Fire series by Tui T. Sutherland. These books take place in a post-humanity world that dragons live in, and it's actually a children's series, kind of like Harry Potter or Game of Thrones for kids. Very good for falling asleep too. Hope you'll read it.
Bon dia, my name is Brandy Pineda and I am from Houston, Texas. I use she, her pronouns and I'm a linguistics major in the college. One resource that I would like to share with you is Pen Flash. It's a platform for first generation and low income students to network and connect with alumni who understand the experience and want to provide mentorship at the student's pace, which is something that I think is really exciting. You can join and log in with your Pen key and password at mentoring.upenn.edu. That's mentoring.upenn.edu. One book that I read this summer is The Language Instinct by Steven Pinker. It is a book about language and how children learn it, how it changes, how the brain processes it, and also it's written in a very digestible way. I highly recommend.
Hello, my kako. My name is Marianne Kalibari Quattro, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. I am a native Hawaiian grad student from Waihua, Hawaii, in the higher ed program here at Penn, and I'll also be serving as one of the grad assistants at the GIC this year. One resource I'd like to share with you folks is Grad Mentors. In my position, I'll serve as a general resource for students looking for support this year, helping to navigate the undergraduate journey, online learning, and even just dealing with being one of the few people of color in your courses. If you need help with anything, please reach out. We'd love to connect with you. One book that I read this summer is The Past Before Us, Mo'okuohau as Methodology. This is a set of essays by various Native Hawaiian scholars who highlight Mo'okuohau, or genealogy, as a fundamental worldview connecting our people, place, stories of the past, present, and future. Thank you.
Sakafet. That means what's up in Haitian Creole. My name is Gabriel Angrand, and I'm a STEM learning specialist in the Office of Learning Resources of the Weingarten Center. One resource that I'd like to share with you that the GIC provides is the Figley Program Learning Communities. In these learning communities, we just want to give every student who registers the opportunity to know what a good study group feels like and looks like, and also know what it takes to make study groups of their own. So we hope that you'll join us this semester as we support Math 104 and Econ 1. One book that I'd like to share with you is actually in another book, the Bible, and I'll be sharing with you the book of James. Right now, especially with what's going on, the political climate, social climate, a lot of people are claiming to be Christians. And this book of James, just 5 short chapters, really lay out what is called simple Christianity. So whether or not you're a Christian, I hope you'll take a moment to read the book of James. I hope you all have a great experience here at Penn, and welcome.
And welcome to Penn. My name is Kareli Lizarraga, and I am the interim director of La Casa Latina, one of the 6 cultural resource centers at Penn. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and ella. I am here to talk to you about the resources available for undocumented and documented students at the university. Whether you need financial support, legal support, or hope to be connected to a community of undocumented students, La Casa Latina, the Greenfield Intercultural Center, and all of the cultural resource centers at Penn are happy to connect you to the resources that you might need. I am a DACA recipient myself, and I know how challenging the last couple of months and years have been for our community, but I want you to know that you are deeply welcomed here at Penn, and we are so excited to connect with you. This book in my hands is The Undocumented Americans by Carla Cornejo Villavicencio. It is one of the 2 books that I have read this summer that focuses on the experiences of undocumented immigrants and was written by someone who was formerly an undocumented immigrant.
Hola, my name is Brooke Price, and I'm a senior in the college studying communications. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. One resource that I'd like to share with you is the United Minorities Council, which is a student group that focuses on activism and promoting inter-minority solidarity across campus for all students. We have a lot of social justice initiatives that we work with the university to accomplish, and we really focus on creating a welcoming space for everyone who wants to get involved. We hold GBMs every 2 weeks, and we have elections in December for anyone who's interested in getting more involved. And one book that I read over the summer was The Privileged Poor by Anthony Jack. which is all about the struggles that first-generation low-income students face when they enter Ivy League institutions like Penn, and what universities can do to remedy that.
Hi everyone, I'm Connor Beard. My pronouns are he, him, his. I am a senior studying Native American and Indigenous Studies and Communication, and I am also the undergraduate chair of Natives of Penn. Natives of Penn is the university's Indigenous organization on campus, and within Natives of Penn, we strive to create a community for all Native identifying individuals on and around campus. A book I read this summer is The Heartbeat of Wounded Knee, and it really seeks to retell Indigenous and Native American history from the 20th century onwards and show how Native Americans are not only still here today, but they are thriving.
Magandang umaga at maligayang pagdating. That's how you say good morning and welcome in Tagalog. My name is Justine De Jesus. I use she, her pronouns, and I am a senior studying cognitive neuroscience and visual studies. I am originally from the Philippines, but spent most of my life growing up in Singapore. One resource I'd like to share with you today is the Assembly of International Students. We are a student organization dedicated to supporting Penn's undergraduate international community. We are made up of 3 committees, each focusing on different aspects of international student life: mentorship and helping internationals with their initial transition to Penn, social programming throughout the year, as well as professional development. You can use us as a resource by attending our events, joining our mentorship program as a mentor or mentee, or even joining a committee. One book I read this summer is Bill Bryson's Notes from a Small Island. It's about the author's last trip around Britain. It's incredibly hilarious and a really great alternative to traveling right now.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Kamal. I'm a junior studying psychology, and I'm filming this from my hometown of Woodbury, Minnesota. One thing about the GIC that I wanted to share with you is just how supportive and welcoming the environment is and the community is, especially the staff. These are people who are genuinely out here trying to make sure you do not fall through the cracks academically, socially, or financially, or anything. The first time I walked into the building, I came with one question and left with answers to things I didn't even know I had questions about. So just really take that step and reach out to people, and I guarantee your Penn experience will get so much better and will be better off for it. And one book I read this summer is called The Sheltering Sky by Paul Bowles. And it's a bit of a dark book about 3 American tourists who are really bad people, and they travel through the Moroccan desert and kind of lose their minds from their own arrogance. So it's a little bit dark, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Bienvenidos. That is welcome in Spanish. My name is Patricia Soria. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am the administrative assistant at the Greenfield Intercultural Center. If you are interested in a mentor, work study position, or would just like to chat, please reach out to me. This summer, I read the book, Gardening for Beginners. As you can see, this book gave me a lot of great tips. If you're interested in starting your own garden, I highly recommend it.
Thank you. Hi, Nyojong. That's how you say hello in Hmong. My name is Kia Lor, and I use she, her, hers pronouns. I am the Associate Director of the Greenfield Intercultural Center. One resource that I would like to introduce you to is to the various ways that you can stay connected with the GIC virtually. So you can follow the GIC on the GIC Facebook page, the GIC Instagram page, the GIC Weebly blog, and the GIC website. In addition to all of that, please subscribe to the GIC newsletter in order to get the most up-to-date events, opportunities, and happenings on and off campus. And last but not least, you're welcome to the Stretch and Stillness series that will be hosted every Wednesday morning. So feel free to join us. One book that I've been reading this summer is Staring Down the Tiger. It is written by Hmong American authors about the Hmong American experience. So if you've never heard about the Hmong people, this is a good place to start. And with that said, once again, welcome to Penn and welcome to the GIC family. We are so delighted that you are here.